Hey, I'm Steve with The More We Explore. We've been using our Sea Eagle inflatable boats for over 3 years now, and we love them. We've put together this buyer's guide so you can know which Sea Eagle boat is right for you. We just finished a 3-day, 45-mile flatwater trip on Labyrinth Canyon in Moab, Utah. We had all 4 of these boats, and we're going to share with you the pros and cons of each of one of them so you can make a more informed decision. All 4 of these boats were totally adequate for our recent camping trip. This is the Sea Eagle SE330. This is the most budget-friendly boat out of all of these. This can be set up as a 1- or 2-person boat and can carry up to 500 pounds of gear. One of the best things about this boat, besides the budget, is the weight. This boat comes in at 26 pounds, which is extremely manageable. It worked great. It's a little bit narrower than some of the other ones, but it held all of the gear that we needed. If you're on a budget, this is the boat we recommend for you. Next up, we have the Sea Eagle Fasttrack 385. This is my favorite boat for flatwater trips and lake trips. It's got smaller pontoons so it doesn't get blown around by the wind as much. Has a drop stitch floor that you can inflate up to 10 psi. It's so stable that you can stand up in the boat without it getting tippy. It has 3 air chambers. It also has an inflatable keel on the front to keep the front locked in, and a removable fin on the back to help with tracking as well. It holds 635 pounds of gear and people, and it's perfect for these multi-day camping trips. This is always my first choice for flatwater trips. Another thing I love about the Fasttrack models is how light they are. These come in at 36 pounds, and it's really easy for a single person to carry these, put them in the trunk of their car, pull them out, and take them to the river. They inflate really fast with both a foot pump and an electric pump. This is the deluxe model with the better seats and the bag on the back where I can stash all my gear and quickly reach back and grab it. I also really like the D-ring straps and the elastic straps. They're perfect for a dry bag, and they hold all my gear really well. If you're paddling lakes or flat water class 2 or below, and you really enjoy your paddling and you can afford a little bit nicer boat like this with the drop stitch floor and the little bit higher quality construction, we recommend you go with the Fasttrack 385. Next up, we have the Sea Eagle Explorer 380X. The Explorer series is the most versatile boat in Sea Eagle's lineup. It can do flat water all the way up to class 4 rapids. It has 16 bailing holes throughout, so if water gets in, it will self-drain. It also has a drop stitch floor, which is really rigid, which makes for a really tight boat. And it has really big pontoons out here, so they have a lot of volume to keep you above the water in all the rapids. Now, these big pontoons do mean you get blown around a little bit more on the flat water, so there's a little bit of a drawback there. But if you're going to be in rapids higher than a class 2, this is definitely the boat I would get. Just like the Fasttrack, it comes in a variety of trims, has a great seat, has great attachment points. You can run it as a 1-man or a 2-man. This boat is really a jack of all trades, and it's great for so many things. And finally, we have the Travel Canoe TC16. This is the world's first drop stitch inflatable canoe. It's 16 feet long. It gets a little bit floppy in the middle compared to a normal canoe, but it did great on this trip. It's rated for 3 people or up to 800 pounds, and that's a lot of gear. It also has a removable fin. If you want it to track like a normal canoe, I'd recommend pulling the fin off. If you're going to be doing a lot of long river crossing or in the wind and you want to just hold your line, I'd put the fin on. We also found that the Travel Canoe rides best with a lot of weight in the front. On this trip, the Travel Canoe 16 was way faster than any of the kayaks. Because of the high profile of the sides, it got blown around a little bit more, but with 3 paddlers, it was able to just cut right through a lot better. One disadvantage, or advantage depending on how you look at it, with the TC16 is that it's a little bit more tippy. Initial stability is lower than the rest of the kayaks. I would never feel comfortable standing up in this while moving on the water, where a lot of the other ones I would have. But that's true of most canoes, so it feels like a typical canoe in that sense. If you're a canoer and you like to canoe and paddle that way rather than being in a kayak, we highly recommend the Travel Canoe 16. Alright, here's the summary. If you're on a budget, get the SE330. If you only do flat water, lakes, or really calm rivers under class 2, we recommend the Fasttrack 385. If you're going to be doing a variety of flat water or fast water above a class 2, 3, even into the 4 range, we recommend the Explorer 380X. If you're a canoeer at heart and you really want a canoe that can handle anything from flat water up to class 4, we recommend the TC16. If you found this information helpful, use the link below to learn more about Sea Eagles and order yours today.